Hi everyone, how are you? So today I'm going to finish up this drawing, this coloring page. And I started with the face. I didn't finish it. I'm going to do that now for this last video on this coloring page. And I just want to mention that I used the Derwent skin color set, which has 6 colors, which I showed in the first part 1. But I'm a little disappointed, I have to say, in the selection of colors. I mean, the pencils are great. These are top-notch pencil, professional pencils, color soft, but they don't give you any greens or blues to do shading. As you can see here on her face, that this was all I had here. I have a dark brown, I have a terracotta, dark terracotta, but there's no way to shade. And so as far as for skin color sets, this one was a bit disappointing. I am going to do a video about different skin color sets because I have a few. And when I was starting out, I was always looking for a good skin color set. And besides, it is a good way to test out a pencil. I wanted to test these color soft out before I thought about purchasing them, a full set. But at the same time, there's certain skin color sets that are better than others, in my opinion. So I'm gonna make a separate video on that. But for today, this was all the colors I had. You can see her face is colored in, but it's not as realistic as I'd like. I felt like I didn't go dark enough here in these areas. So I'm going over with some pink now. But yeah, it's not realistic enough for me. It's not looking shaded enough, because you really need blues and greens, to complement the colors, because you're using pinks and reds, and you have to use the opposite color on the color wheel. So a green and but also a blue or purplish colors look really good, just to give you a variance of shading going on. This makes it pop out more, the face pop out and look more realistic. And that is what we want to do. Is why we get skin color sets. We want realistic skin. So I am going to use the blues that I've already used for some harmony here in the coloring page. I have some blues and reds. I'm going to finish with the lips and the eyes. And I'm going to I'll start with the lips. I'm going to start with, I've got here a hot pink. I'm just going to put a first layer over the lips. I'm not using this on the face so much, but I could. I already have a pink with the Derwent. This is blush pink I've been using. This one's a little off the selection that I used. These are not. And I'm not trying to be super realistic here. I'm just want to get realistic, shading here. Now I've And before I go any further, I'm going to finish. I did this earring. I forgot to finish this earring. I'm going to put some indigo blue. I just use indigo blue and white, and I found that this really gives a nice effect. Nice mixture of color. It makes a third color when you mix it with whites. That gives a nice, I think, look to it that matches with the outfit. Nice light blue, so it's like from light to dark. Okay, so now I'm actually going to use indigo blue also in the corners of the lips to give it some depth. Also in the middle part. Very light layer. A little bit under the bottom of the lip there. And just a very light shade on the top lip. And then the top lip a little darker. And then I'm going to take out the raspberry that I used in the hair. And I'm going to go over the lip again with that. I'm leaving a little white space for the bottom lip, so it looks like it's sticking out just a little bit there. A little highlight there. The lips, the raspberry is working out well. It's a nice red. It's not too bright for this picture. It goes well. I don't want the lips to be too dominating the picture. Just to look red, but go out there. Right, so the lips are done. So now I'm gonna do a little bit of shading on her face. I've got the true blue that I used in the hat, and I'm just gonna go lightly in areas that I know are gonna be darker, be more shaded by the nose. And this side of the face, I feel should be more shaded. And of course under the nose as well. A little bit darker down here. And under the lip a little bit. Chin. And all under the chin as well. This area down here. Now they do give you a dark brown, but I don't think dark brown is really the right shade because it's just going to make it look like, to me, it makes it look the face like it's dirty or something. It's not really shaded looking. And then I get a blue or a purple or a green or something. And yeah. Now this terracotta gave her a bit of an orange. I was talking about the complementary colors, so the red, the greenish, or the orange, of course, the opposite on the color wheel is going to be this blue. So I'm using a true blue. And that's going to take down the orangey, so I can use a lot of this very lightly just to sort of mute that oranginess of the skin wherever I have the shading here. So I'm very, again, hold the pencil back, I'm very light, and then get a little more pressure in the areas that want a deeper shadow. Very lightly. And right under the hat, there should be a little shading. I think. So it looks a little more wavy. Now I already sort of pressed down with a blender, but this is cardstock. The good thing about cardstock is you can go back and just do more layers on top. The paper is so thick. I kind of wish I had waited before using the blender pencil, because now it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Add more layers, and I really do need to add more layers with some shading in this. So hopefully it will still work out and we'll get any color in here. I'll go back and get my terracotta pencil and sort of fill in some areas I didn't quite fill in before. Skin. And make it very shaded over here. Should be very shaded under the hair. Necklace. The ear. Back here should be much more shaded. I'm using the terracotta and the true blue and just adding some light shading here with a slight 3D effect. And I'm not using a reference photo or anything, so I'm just sort of taking my best guess for the shading that should be here. I don't think there is any reference out there. Maybe if you search, but like I said, if you search, you get a bunch of AI pictures. I don't know if this actual picture exists anywhere, but that's okay. You can sort of buy that and make up your own shading where you think it should go. As long as you have some shading, I think, is what's important. That it looks three-dimensional camera work. Apologies for the camera. Yeah, so I'm just going to add still very light handed here, putting this over all the true blue over the orangey areas, sort of toning down that orange look. I'm actually going to go over all of these very lightly. And by the hair. And the hair should be shaded as well, I think. She's looking a little more. Use a little more than that though, to really see it. I haven't really pressed it in yet though. I think if I use a blender pencil, it will. You'll see the blue more. Like right now it's so light. You can see it in person a little better than on camera right now for some reason. I'm also put a little in the eyes, because in the corner of the eyes, and for the eye color. So I'm going to put a light layer in the eyes. And to avoid the highlight layer. And I also put it in the sides of the eyes, across the top. And then I'm going to take the blush pink, and I'm going to do the bottom rim of the eye. I didn't do that earlier, so I'll do it now. I'll press down over here where I put in some shading. And maybe you can see it a little bit more. Yeah, it does look a little more shaded. It's not very subtle. Not trying to do anything too dramatic here. You better just add little by little until you're happy with it. I'm going to do a little more true blue out and go little layers here. I really want this on here. On the sides of the eyes. And I'm brushing over it with the pink. Blush pink. And then I want a little red, so I'm going to get the raspberry out. And I'm going to put it in the corner of the eyes. I think it should be a little bit red there. A little bit on this corner. A little bit there. There should be a little bit of red in the corner. Then I'm going to take the white pencil and I'm going to go over that blue, light layer of blue I put in the eye. And blend that in. More natural there. And then I'm going to go back with the true blue again. I'm just going to put another layer on the top. And I want it to be more shaded. I want to do a little indigo as well. A little indigo blue there as well. That's the very top. Shade in. And I think for the eye, I'm going to use the Copenhagen blue, darker blue. A little more dimensional lines, eyes, realistic look. And going back to true blue again, and here. Maybe a little bit of an under circle here, slight on both eyes. Not that she should have little dark circles, but a little bit of something. Maybe like a little shading there. And when you're young, right over where I put the blue up there, so that helps. And put some pink under the lip here where I put some blue. under the chin. Put another layer. And this should be, the chin should be very shaded. Yes. The neck is deep under the chin compared to the rest of the face, so it should be much more shaded down here compared to the face. So I'm going to add another layer of blue on the neck, and I'm going over it with a blush pink, so I'm pressing it in, pushing it in, smoothing it out. A little bit more in the ear. The ear should be very dark. It's really in the shade here. Under the hair, not much top of it anyways. A little bit more shaded. And then I think for the eyes, maybe I'll add a little bit of makeup. A little bit of eyeshadow here. Around the eyes here. And a little bit of highlight as well. I also think that there's some tusking red, some darker red, and I'll put in the eyebrows. The eyebrows are already filled in. I think I might go over just a little bit of tusking red, and a bit of a reddish highlight, so maybe with natural hair. Better. Around the eyes. And now for the eyelashes, we'll add some black, a little bit of blue, some more black pencil. So around the eyes, we'll add some black eyeliner or mascara here. Just add a little touch of it. Bring out those eyelashes a bit more. And under the nose, a little black there. I'm thinking she's looking a little more realistic now. And I think under the eye, a little more shaded, not with black tones, a indigo blue again. I just want to make it a little more shaded in there. It just seems a little too. Pencil. Make it a little more, then that makes it look a little more realistic. Indigo blue again. Yeah. Over the top of the eye. I think I'm all about almost finished here. I'm just going to, I can fill in the background real quick with some art supplies. Yeah, I think that's about all I'm going to do with this. So I've got my King art now for the background. I was debating whether to do a background. I figured I'll do a light, medium, and dark green. So these King arts are great. Just fill it up very quickly. So I'm going to do a very simple background here. Hopefully I don't get this on the hair. That's gonna be the tricky part. Nice. So there you have it. I am finished. So I hope you found this interesting. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.